All right, as promised, I'm back with the problem set. All right, we're going to divide and check our solutions by multiplying. That check our solutions by multiplying is going to be by your teacher's discretion. All right, so I'm going to just do the division to get through this. And if you have time at the end or you're confused if your answer is not correct, you can always check it by multiplying. So let's get started. So let's check out number one. Number one is 204 divided by 4. There's that 0 on the dividend. So I'm going to say 204 divided by 4. Okay. Change my color here and let's give it a shot. So 4 fits into 2. It doesn't, does it? So what do we do if it doesn't fit into that? That's right. What we do is move on to the next number. Right? So we say 4 fits into 20. Oh, I know that. That's 5. Then I prove it with multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20. Just like that. All right? Then I subtract, end up with 0. Good. Very confident with that. Now I move on to my next place value, my 1s. I have to bring down the 4. Now I start all over again. 4 fits into 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. And I end up with 0. There you go. So there's no remainder, and we're good. So you see how we dealt with that, right? Nothing major different, but it's there, okay? A 0 in my dividend. Let's move on to the next one and see how it works out, okay? So I've got 704 divided by 3. 3 fits into 7 2 times. Good. So 2 times 3 is 6. Okay? I subtract that, I get 1. All right, so 3 fits into 7 twice, right? 3, 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, I proved it. I subtract, I get 1 left over. 1 is smaller than 3. I'm still good. All right. Now here's that 0 in my dividend. I have to drop that 0 down. All right, still have to drop it down. And that makes it a 10 right here. All right? Cool. We haven't done this before, so here it is. So now I say 3 fits into 10. How many times? 3, 6, 9. 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract, I get 1. So 1 is smaller than 3, I'm still good. And then drop my 4 down to get 14. 3 goes in the 14. How many times? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oop, 15's too many. Back off 1. I get 4. 4 times 3 is 12. I subtract, I get 2. All right, so now that's my remainder. There's nothing else to bring down. So I'm going to say remainder 2. All right, so we made it through that. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next one. So I come up here. It says 627. Well, there's no 0 on that dividend, so I bet you there'll be a 0 in our quotient. Let's give it a shot. So 627 divided by 3. So let's check it out. 3 fits into 6. How many times? That's right. That's 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. I get 0. Good. All right, now I'm going to drop down this 2. Okay? Drop down this 2. Now, I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 3 fit into 2? And you probably say, well, it doesn't fit into 2. Well, you're right. So I have to show that now. I have to put a 0 up here. I have to say 3 fits into 2 0 times, right? I already wrote down my hundreds place. Now I got to show that there's no 10s, so that I can't fit anything into my tens place. So that's 0 times. So now what do I have to do? I have to multiply. And it's the easiest multiplication in the world with zeros, right? What is 0 times 3? It is 0. That's right. So I subtract, and I get 2. So it's weird. It kind of just brings a 2 all the way down. But now it allows me to use the 1s place. I can bring this 1s place down and see that 7. Now I had to go through this whole progress to get that 0 in the tens place there, to hold the place value. So it's important that I do all this. Then finally end up with 3 fitting into 27. How many times? If you wrote down 9, you're correct. So 9 times 3 is 27. And I subtract, I get 0. My quotient is 209. Great. All right, now we're on to our last one before we go into independent practice. Okay, so 407 divided by 2. So here I've got my 0 in the dividend. So 407, or 407, divided by 2. Now, I know I'm going to have a remainder. You know why I have a remainder? Because 407, or 407, is not an even number, and 2 is. So there's no way I'm gonna have not have a remainder, because when I skip count by 2s, I'll never land in an odd number. Okay? So here we go. 2 fits into 4 twice. 2 times 2 is 4. I subtract, I get 0. 0 is smaller than 2, I'm good. Now I'm gonna drop down my 0. Look at this. How many times does 2 fit into 0? 0 times, right? Well, I need to show that. Make sure I hold that place value here with 0, okay? So 0 times 2 is 0, and I subtract zeros, and what does that equal? That's right, so 0, and then I'm good. 0 is still smaller than 2, I'm good. But look at all these zeros in the middle. It seems silly to do, it seems kind of easy, but I need to do it so I have that 0 in the tens place up top. Now finally I'm on to my ones place. I need to divide this 7 by 2. So I'm going to drop that 7 down and do that. How many times does 2 fit into 7? The answer is 3 times, all right? Because 3 times 2 is 6. I subtract, I get 1 left over. And then there's my remainder of 1. So my answer is 203, remainder 1. Okay, so I look back at my work. I want to make sure I'm proud of my work. All right, make sure that it's neat. Okay? You are now going to go off on your own, all right, or work with the teacher up front in the classroom on the rest of these problems. Now, if you're working on your own, you're all free to stop and check in with us at any time while we're working up front, all right? So you've got these 4 on the back of the page here. You've got a couple right here, and then a word problem that's got an A and a B side here, okay? Do your best about it, and then what will happen at the end of class is that teachers will correct it together, all right? We'll go over and make sure you have the right answers, okay? All right, kids, great job today, and good luck. See you tomorrow.